Hello.
Your sister said you weren't going to be back for a couple of hours.
Stores weren't as busy as I thought. That tree is spectacular.
Well, I'm in charge of the lot. The children's home this year, so I got my pick of the litter. I hope you and Samantha will enjoy it.
Spectacular, no? My very words.
Father Connolly's selling them to make money for the homeless children. A definitive Christmas gesture, if I ever heard one.
One thing about Michael, he doesn't need Christmas to talk him into doing good works.
What do you think, sir? Hired to do PR for the parish?
I'll get my checkbook.
Oh, no, this is my house.
No, I insist. It's a treat for my favorite niece.
You only have one niece.
That's why she's my favorite.
Well, I'm glad you like the tree.
I do, and I think Samantha's gonna love it.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
It is a surprise, believe me. I wasn't sure that I'd ever see you in this house again.
Thought I heard somebody.
Hey.
What's wrong with that?
No, it's not heavy at all, thanks. Just a few things to brighten up the place for your patients.
Well, honey, I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to put that stuff up.
That's okay. I have plenty of time. I'll do it. It's the hour right now.
Good. Then I'll leave it to you because I have to fight my way up the coast to go see Julia. I really love what the holiday shoppers do for the traffic situation.
Yeah, well, for once the gridlock's for a good cause, huh?
Yeah. So people can throw away a lot of money that they can't afford to throw away on people that don't need what they're going to give them or already have them, right?
You're giving new meaning to the word cynic, Scott. I'm almost afraid to ask if you can find it in your heart to stop by the orphanage this afternoon.
For what?
Well, Michael called. I guess there's a flu virus going around, and he wanted you to take a look at some of the kids.
Sure, I can do that. I'll be there around 6.
Good.
See you.
Bye. You know, I'm glad to see that you're not totally unredeemable. Even though you won't help me deck the halls.
Yeah, the pills weren't the only thing stolen. It turns out the videotape was, too. Yeah, in a few minutes. You know, this makes me wonder if the man we've been looking for is responsible for these burglaries at your TV studio. You say you've been missing things on and off for, what, 5 or 6 weeks now?
Monitors, patch cords, you name it.
And you have no reason to believe it was an inside job, some disgruntled employee or something, yeah? Well, the man we're looking for is very high-tech, and I was hoping that'd be the handle on this, but, you know, we haven't been able to trace anything. If the stuff were stolen, that would perhaps explain the difficulty. Hey, Bill? Yes, sir. Will you, have these checked against the ones we found in the closet where Miss Wainwright was held?
Right away, sir.
Thank you. I was planning on stopping by the studio this afternoon and picking up Eden. Maybe I'll have a chance to talk to some of your staff then, huh?
Are you sure Eden came in today?
Yeah, she was planning to. Didn't you see her?
Well, she wasn't at the rundown this afternoon.
Excuse me. I like to keep track of her these days. Well, she's home. It's busy.
Have you showed the report to Cruz yet? No, I didn't think so. It might upset him. But I want you to know, Ian, I've never been happier. I'm hoping for a son, aren't you? A son who's the image of his father.
That's very generous, Mrs. Lockridge.
I dare say I could have gotten a tree about twice that size for the same money downtown, but then I wouldn't have the satisfaction of helping all those little orphans.
My sister, the cheerful giver. Why don't you just tell him that you think the tree is skimpy?
But it's a lovely tree. Just the right height for your cozy little place.
Oh, fine. So it's my house that's skimpy.
Now, if you're going to be difficult, I'm leaving.
I'm joking.
So am I. I just have to go and make a few travel arrangements.
Where are you going? You just got here.
Well, it's a little holiday respite. I'm sure I'll be back soon. Father, would you give all those little orphans a kiss for me?
Of course.
Bye.
You didn't know she was planning on going away for Christmas?
No. She probably wants to spend time with her kids.
Well, gee, you must have been looking forward to the company.
Samantha and I will be fine. We'll manage. Okay. So you're probably going to be with Heather and your dad for Christmas, right?
Well, actually, she's taking a page out of Augusta's book. I think she's going to be going someplace with Scott, skiing or something.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, well, I'll be plenty busy. Christmas was still a religious holiday last time I looked.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're planning a beautiful Christmas Eve midnight mass. It's going to be all candlelight. The choir's doing a Magnificat.
I haven't been to mass since I was 5 years old.
Well, then you should come. Please, really.
I couldn't. You know, what am I going to do with Samantha? I can't have Mrs. Cobb babysit on Christmas Eve.
Well, I think Samantha would enjoy the music and all those candles more than you think.
She'd be furious that I'd be picking her up in the middle of the night. She'd scream through the whole service, and you'd hate me for wrecking it.
What if we put a crib down in the room where we have Sunday school? I'll have one of the young parishioners stand by and keep watch.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, come on. If we can't provide babysitting at a midnight mass, then we're not a full-service church.
Well, maybe. Maybe we can do that.
Good. I look forward to it. And, oh, talking of Samantha, this is for Samantha. Hang on the tree, and she can drop it as many times as she wants, and it won't break.
That's great. I will tell her you gave it to me. Thank you.
Terrific. All right, well, if not before then, I look forward to seeing you on Christmas Eve.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's always good to see you. Bye-bye.
Now there's no answer. It's kind of strange. She usually leaves the phone machine on if she's going out.
Well, maybe she's in the shower and didn't hear the phone.
Yeah, that's true. That would, Bill, I think you have the wrong address. I didn't order a tree.
Trollman's Association bought a dozen for charity. Some shelter for homeless kids. We're putting them on the main floor offices.
Well, I guess it's my lucky day. Right there to be cool.
Yeah, just leave it here for you.
Thanks.
So, less than 10 shopping days, huh? Better get cracking.
Gosh, you know. Did he mention the name of that show? Excuse me, just a... Bill?
Hello? Hi. Did you see Father Donnelly? Wait a second. Wait. Father Donnelly?
You in the middle of things.
That's okay. I am finished.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Thanks. I know Scott thinks I'm being a fanatic about this, but I figured if there's any place that could use a little holiday cheer, this was it.
Yeah, I agree. We haven't even bought a tree yet, and if there was ever a year, it's now.
What's up?
Well, I just wanted to ask you your professional opinion about heredity.
It's kind of a big subject. You want to narrow it down for me a little bit?
Okay. Well, in my heart, I've never doubted that this child is Cruz's. But, well, I guess it would be a lie.
I have had doubts.
I can understand.
Cruz and I have talked about it, though. And we will love this child. I mean, if it's ours, but if it turns out to be otherwise, Heather, the person who did this to me was really sick. I mean, he hurts people without remorse. What kind of child comes from that?
You know, with all the instruments that we have now to watch a child grow and develop before it's born, we still don't have one that'll determine what it'll be.
But heredity does play a part.
There's a constant debate over what creates a personality, even whether it's heredity or whether it's environment.
Well, which side of the debate are you on?
Well, personally, I think that a loving home can be one of the best influences that anyone could have.
Well, I agree with you, but then that's what I want to hear, you know.
That's not why I'm saying it. There's examples all over the place, Eden. As a matter of fact, wanna go for a ride with me right now?
All right, where are you going?
Well, you said you hadn't picked out your Christmas tree yet, right?
Right.
And I know just the place we can get you one.
Hi.
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 Welcome to my enchanted forest.
Well, it looks great. It smells even better. Do I get to pick anyone I want?
Absolutely. I have to offer you a commission.
Actually, I'm not just here to drum up business, Michael. There's a little girl here I want Eden to meet.
Really? Who?
Chelsea?
Heather was telling me a little bit about her in the car.
Yeah, well, not all the kids here have as dramatic a background, but she's very special.
You know, Eden had asked me whether or not Chelsea knew about her father. I wasn't sure.
She was a baby when she became a ward of the state. One of these days, she may decide to try and figure out who her natural parents were, and hopefully by then, she'll be old enough to deal with it. It won't be easy to find out that her father was a convicted murderer. But Chelsea is a very strong girl.
You want to show me where she is, Michael?
Sure. You want to take a look at the trees, and we'll be right back.
Okay, thanks.
What are you sneaking around here for?
What are you doing here?
I got a hot tip from Dan Hickover's that this was the coolest tree lot in town, and I just, I thought I'd bring this tree home to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. You like this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My tree.
What are we going to argue about then? Are people supposed to argue about which tree they like?
Well, we can argue about where to put it.
There you go. I knew you'd think of something.
I knew.
Eden, Chelsea's in her room, so we... How did you know Eden was here?
I didn't. I just was looking for a good-looking tree, and lo and behold. Who's Chelsea?
She's one of the children here at the orphanage.
Oh.
Yeah, Heather was just saying how some of the kids get a little down on the holidays, and I said I would come by and visit, say hi. Would you like to go inside?
Sure.
Cruz! Oh, the whole family, huh?
Michael, how are you?
Come on. Good. Good to see you.
Eden? Yeah. Do you want to tell Cruz what the circumstances are first, or?
Well, I think I'll wait. It might be better this way. Okay.
I don't believe it. The world just stops, just arbitrarily stops at this time of year.
Scott, look at it this way. You don't want to have a full-out attack on the Capwells while they're standing under the mistletoe. I mean, it's just not appropriate.
I don't think so. You see, I'm not a big fan of mistletoe.
What's the matter? Don't you like Christmas?
No. I don't mind Christmas. What I hate is waste and excess. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to celebrate Christmas by giving something back to those families who lost members on the Capwell rigs. I'd like to give them all a feeling of hope that somebody's going to compensate them for their losses.
And you will. You're just not going to give them a judgment on Christmas Day.
It's a damn shame.
Now, wait a minute. Don't go away mad. I'll fix you some eggnog.
I hate eggnog.
You and everybody else. All right, I won't say anything about Christmas anymore. Not another word.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to seem rude. I can't stay because I have a house call to make.
I guess you're not Scrooge. I mean, he didn't make house calls.
Bah, humbug.
Hi. Don't want to interrupt.
It's okay. I'm Zach. Hi.
Hi.
I thought you might like to meet some of my friends. This is Mr. and Mrs. Castillo. And I think you met my sister Heather before, didn't you?
Sure, she brought me a coloring book.
That was before I realized that you were even better with paints than you are with crayons. It's a beautiful picture, Chelsea.
Yes, it really is.
Thanks. It's a picture of my favorite place.
I think I know which place it is, too. That's the Eiffel Tower, isn't it?
Right. I have a postcard of it.
Do you really? I've been to Paris. I used to spend a lot of time in France.
Do you speak French?
Well, not as well as I used to.
I'm gonna learn.
Are you?
Starting next year. Sister Marguerite's going to teach me. I love that name. Marguerite, don't you?
It's almost as pretty as Chelsea. Or Eden.
That's your name, Eden?
Yeah.
The Garden of Eden's where Adam and Eve lived. It's the most beautiful place on the earth.
That's exactly right.
That's a good name for you. Did you want to ask me some questions?
Questions about what?
Aren't you looking for a little girl?
Oh, sweetheart. Mr. and Mrs. Castillo aren't here for an adoption. They have a child at home. And as a matter of fact, Mrs. Castillo is expecting a baby very soon.
Do you want a girl or a boy?
Well, we have a little boy at home, so actually having a little girl would be nice. Especially after meeting you, Chelsea. I really think I want a girl. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
It's hard saying goodbye.
Yeah, well, that just means you got to come back and visit again. So.
Yeah, well, we will. This is a wonderful place you have here. The term orphanage, it always conjures up images out of Dickens or something, and you come here and you talk to Chelsea and these kids, and you see that they get a lot of individual attention.
Well, thanks. The sisters and the rest of us, we try to compensate for the fact that kids don't have full-time parents, but doesn't quite fill the bill. And the older they get, the tougher it is to find parents. I mean, Chelsea's 10 now, and the chances of her ever getting adopted are very slim.
I don't get that. You know, she's such an angel. You'd think that some couple that couldn't have children of their own would have snapped her up a long time ago.
Yeah, but sometimes people put conditions on their love. They're afraid to take a chance with a child that they don't know exactly where he or she came from, or sometimes a child that they know too much about.
Yeah, well...
Well, listen, thanks a lot for letting me see what a wonderful place this is. And, of course, for the prettiest tree in all of Santa Barbara.
Let me help you load
What a
that
prize.
up. Don't mind if you do, thanks. We'll meet you at the car?
Okay, yeah, I'll be right there. Oh, careful there, boy.
You got it.
Heather, I can't tell you what that did for me.
I'm so glad. You gonna tell Cruz why you came?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him everything. I'm really not afraid. It was all because of you. Thanks.
Oh, good. Another pair of hands. I need some help. What's wrong?
You would never put your faith in tea leaves, would you, Julia? You're much too sensible. Tea leaves? I took the last sip of tea this morning, carried the cup over to the sink, and there it was, clear as a bell. L. L. Lionel. Oh, I almost dropped my cup. Haven't heard from him in so long, I didn't expect my heart to lurch, so... It's just like I could hear his voice saying my name and forgiving me. I know you think I'm crazy.
You are crazy, Augusta. Everybody knows that.
So I went to Ventura.
Sure, I would do that. If I saw an Ellen from Tea Leaves, I would go to Ventura. It's a good choice.
There's a place there, dingy little seafood bar. First time Lionel and I went there was about 10 years ago. He had directions to some godforsaken place that was supposedly selling Christmas trees from the Black Forest. And of course, we got desperately lost. There we were, exhausted, starving, and we see this seedy little sign that says Goldie's Half Shell, so we pulled in. Well, we proceeded to have the driest, coldest martinis and the most divine oysters we'd ever had in our lives. So it became sort of a tradition. Mid-December, we would go to Goldie's. Lionel would have this silly little gift that he would present to me with lots of ceremony. And then we would start our private 12 days of Christmas.
He was a romantic, wasn't he?
It's a little late for me to realize that now, isn't it?
You thought you were going to find him in Ventura, didn't you?
I sometimes cannot believe that it's possible I will never see him again.
I know.
I'm sorry.
We're a real pair, aren't we?
No, this is not giving you a lot of hope for recovery, my sitting here and pining over something that was supposed to have ended a long time ago.
How about you take one, I'll take one, we'll decorate the tree, it'll make it.
Oh, can I do the tinsel? That's my favorite part.
Here, do the tinsel.
Oh, good. Here. What's this? It's not yours, is it?
No, of course not.
I didn't think you had taken to wearing religious medals.
It's Michael's. He left it here.
Well, 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 the tree's all tied up nice and tight. You ready to hop in the old sleigh?
Sure am. You know, it's so nice standing out here and breathing all this evergreen. Reminds me of every great Christmas I've ever had.
Yeah, I had my doubts about whether we'd be able to get into the spirit this year, but I was starting to feel it.
Yeah, me too.
I love you, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
Eden? Is it okay if I call you Eden?
Oh, please do. I insist.
I want you to take it home.
Oh, sweetheart, are you sure you want to do that? Don't you want to hang that on your wall to remind you of the trip you're going to take to Paris someday?
It's okay. I can paint another one. I already did. Go on.
Well, okay. Actually, I think I know the perfect place to put this.
Where?
Well, I thought I'd put it in the nursery, right next to the crib. That way, when the baby comes home, it'll be the first thing he sees.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
But the baby will be too little to know that it's a picture of Paris. But when it gets older, you can teach about the Eiffel Tower and everything.
That's what we'll do. And when you become a famous artist, which I'm sure you will become, we're going to tell all our friends that we have one of your very first paintings.
Are you guys really going to come back and visit?
Yes, we are, sweetheart. That's a promise.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. You take care.
Merry Christmas to you. And thank you for this present. It's the first one I've ever gotten. It really is the best.
What an amazing little girl.
What do you say? Let's go home. Decorate our tree.
Yeah.
Father Michael left this here today?
Not today, but yes, he did. He left it here.
You planning on giving it back to him?
Yes, I am, and I should have done it today, but I forgot.
You know, he seems like a very good person. I mean, that's a funny thing to say about a priest, since they're supposed to be good people, but he strikes me as a cut above.
He is a very special man.
He seems to think that of you, too.
Don't go reading more into this than a friendship, because you'll be doing us both a disservice.
Don't be silly. I'm not implying he's not pure of heart, but sister to sister. I mean, the man is holy, but he's certainly criminally good-looking, don't you think?
You are the only woman I know that can decorate a Christmas tree and have a sexual fantasy.
All right, all right. I'll be high-minded for the rest of the evening. You know, I have been known to be spiritual at times like this. I've even been known to go to church and everything. I remember when the children used to love to hear me read about the baby Jesus, and I loved to do it. Sometimes I think I should have given them more training in the religious area, but I always thought they'd grow up and make their own decisions. Do you know, I never even had Lakin baptized. I sort of regret that now.
I've never had Samantha baptized. I haven't done it yet. I kind of thought when Mason and I got married.
Well, you don't need Mason. Why don't you do it now? It's a great time to do it.
So, do you accept donations from working girls?
What is it?
It's a fire truck. My brother used to ask for one of those every Christmas. I think he had a whole fleet of them.
Well, I think you're going to make some little boy very happy. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Have you been?
I'm okay. Just don't ask me how business is going.
Oh, slow, huh?
Yeah, well, I guess all the guys are out shopping for their wives that they've been cheating on throughout the year.
Maybe it's time for you to look into a new line of work.
I think things will pick up after New Year's. So, I guess everything turned out okay for your friend Julia. I read in the paper that, she got back safely and that guy didn't hurt her too bad.
Yeah. She has no idea how much she owes to you. However, I'd like to introduce you to her someday.
I didn't do anything so great. It's no big deal.
You helped me when you didn't have to, and I'm not going to forget it. You should be very proud of yourself.
That would be a first, huh? Well, look, I gotta get going, all right? It was nice to see you.
You sure you don't want to stay and talk?
How am I gonna get work sitting in a church all night?
Well, just like that, I'm not sure you're going to get work at all.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, hey, don't.
Don't worry about it. It'll look better on our front door than it will on you. Come here, there's a tree over here I want you to see. It's kind of skinny, but it's got a great personality. It's really great. Don't tell me you're still in that mood, Scott. Come on, please.
No,
The tree's right over here,
Heather,
Scott.
I don't have time for this. You know why I'm here?
Why?
For the kids. The flu that was... Right. There is no flu. That's great.
Don't be mad at me, please. Don't be mad at me. It's the only way I could get you down here to look at these trees, Scott.
I really gotta hand it to you, Donnelly. You just don't give up.
Nope. Does that mean you're gonna come and help me pick something out?
Look, Heather, sweetheart, you don't need me. Okay, why don't you take whichever one you want. I'll just go get the car and I'll bring it around, all right?
So, what do you say? Shall I break out the decorations?
No, not yet.
You know, darling, I don't think you put that down since you put it in your hand. You're not thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
What do you think I'm thinking?
I would love nothing more than to bring Chelsea into our home. But we have a new baby coming. It seems to me that there's going to be a lot of adjustments to make without that.
Oh, no, Cruz. I understand. But if we couldn't have children, would you consider it?
Oh, yeah. In a second, I think she's an extraordinary child. I mean, with her situation, living in an orphanage, you'd expect her to have turned inward or darkened in some way, but she seems so open, so giving. It's, well, you just know she's going to be okay.
I agree with you. And I know something that you don't about Chelsea.
What's that?
Oh, about her father. He was a murderer. He was a psychopath. He was institutionalized in one of those places you visited a few weeks ago.
Oh, God. Does Chelsea know? I don't understand how this, Did Heather take you there on purpose?
Yes, she did. I was asking her what a child might inherit from a parent who was seriously disturbed, and she thought meeting Chelsea would put my mind at ease.
I thought your mind already was at ease, Eden. You have seemed so totally convinced that this is our baby. What is this? What happened?
He sent this yesterday. No more inconclusive results. It says that he's the father of my baby.
think you're doing just fine.
Tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
You and I both know you do a lot more than just lighting candles in this racket.
So how would you describe what I do? How do you see it?
Well, you hear confessions, and you listen to people's problems. You save their souls.
All except for yours. You don't let me near that one.
What is this? What, do you get extra points in heaven for turning a hooker around or something?
This isn't the local recruiting office. I don't have to convert you. I just want to be your friend.
Kind of different types if you're talking about being friends, don't you think?
Why'd you come in here?
I brought a toy for the box. You saw it?
Could have left it and gone away, but instead you stayed. I thought maybe you wanted to talk.
About what?
You tell me. If you feel like it.
I don't know. I guess it's just the holidays. They just start making me think about...
About the past?
Yeah, I guess so.
Your sad memories?
Not really. That's the thing. I mean, so many people complain about how tough it was when they were growing up, when they were kids. But not me. I mean, we were really poor and everything, but it was okay. I was happy. Till I was about 15 anyway. Then I met some people and it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not blaming anybody.
Where are you going?
You're busy here. You don't need me getting sentimental.
Come on, Christmas, everybody gets sentimental, don't you know that? There is nothing wrong about reminiscing about the past.
Really? Well, I think it depends on where you're coming back to in the present. You have a Merry Christmas, Father. You deserve it. I mean that.
Well?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to turn off the lights, and we'll be able to appreciate it.
No, don't. I appreciate it, okay? Don't turn off the lights while I'm reading, please.
I don't believe you, Scott.
What? I'm trying to prepare for a consultation
Scott, I'm asking for you for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of time so we can sit together in the dark and appreciate something that I took over an hour to decorate.
Honey, I didn't ask you to decorate it.
Scott, suppose that the tree weren't here. Suppose that I had just come up to you and asked you to sit in the dark and hold me for 10 minutes. That wouldn't be a problem. It's something we've done a million times. For some reason, it's Christmas that's hanging you up, and I cannot for the life of me understand why.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry, all right? I don't mean to ruin things for you. It's just that I don't understand why it has to be so damned important.
Because it was important to me as a child, Scott. You know, for some reason, my family managed to get it together around Christmas, and it was the only week all year that I could actually pretend that everything was okay. And I'll always love Christmas for that.
Well, it didn't give me much at all. And what it did give, I think I'd rather forget.
I want to understand, I really do. But you have to talk to me.
I can't believe that you didn't come to me with this the minute you got it.
Well, the reason I didn't was because I didn't know what to do. I got it and I froze. I didn't want to believe it was true, and all I could think about was you. You wondering, afraid to see the truth, and I just couldn't bear that thought.
Well, you must have been afraid, too, or you wouldn't have gone to Heather, right?
I'm glad I went to Heather. I'm glad she had me meet Chelsea. I think meeting Chelsea was something we both needed to have in our lives.
Yeah.
What? What are you thinking of doing? Calling the lab?
Why should we? I'm not going to call. This is fake.
What, are you sure?
He told us the first report we saw, the one that said there was inconclusive, that he substituted that report for this, right? The real report?
Yes.
What the hell sense does that make? This says I'm not the father. If this were true, he'd want me to see this. Why would he have gone to the trouble of substituting the other one for this?
Well, I know it doesn't make any sense, but everything he's done doesn't make any sense.
No. Darling, he made this up. This is what he wishes were the truth. If anything, this is the best evidence we've had so far that I am the father.
At this time of year, my father would check the old bank balance and realize that he wasn't going to get any prizes for Best Santa Claus. So he'd take whatever money we did have, and he'd go down to the local tavern. He'd come rolling in about 3 a.m. My mom would still be up, and he would start yelling. And I'd be lying in bed with my pillow over my head, hoping that none of the neighbors would call the police.
Scott.
I could see the Daltons' Christmas tree from my window, and I'd concentrate on the lights blinking, on and off, on and off. Because if I concentrated hard enough, I wouldn't hear my mother crying, even through the pillow. Well, at least you did one thing right tonight.
What's that?
You didn't get the kind of lights that blink.
Scott, you know, if the tree is too much of a reminder, we can give it to someone who doesn't have one.
No. A tree is a tree. It's a symbol. What I have to do is make myself forget the bad old times.
Well, Scott, if the bad old times are that easy to forget, I'd be out of a job. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Scott. You should try to realize that it's going to probably take you a little longer than you thought to know that your mother's not in the next room crying anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna go take a walk for a while. I won't be long.
Oh, damn it. That'll be 5 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys.
You caught me.
Yeah.
Red-handed. Literally. But you came back to tell me there's a defect in your Christmas tree. No refunds allowed.
No. Augusta and I have made it a joy and a beauty forever or something. How does that expression go? Anyway, Samantha loves it. She said so herself.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. She's a very important person in my book.
She's an important person in my book, too, which is why I'm here. I was thinking of a way to make these seasons as jolly as they're supposed to be, and unfortunately, the odds are against us. But Augusta had an idea.
What's that?
Samantha's never been baptized. I never quite got around to it, and I think that it feels like it should be done right now, and I wanted to know if you would do the honors.
Well, I'd be proud and delighted, and, when would you like to do it?
Tomorrow. Is that okay?
Tomorrow?
I know, all right. You've got weddings and confirmations and confessions and all that, and it probably won't
no,
work
actually, I'm free tomorrow evening. And I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing than baptizing your beautiful daughter.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow then, okay?
I'll be here. Thank you for coming by.
You bet. Thanks.
I'll get back to you. They're gonna dust the hospital file room for prints.
Okay. What do you say let's make a deal? We will not talk any more about this case tonight. We will do nothing but decorate our Christmas tree and hang our beautiful picture of Paris. And we'll think of all the positive reasons for bringing our baby into the world.
Fair enough, but I get to expound on the first reason.
Okay, go ahead.
Talk is cheap. People talk about love conquering all, and they don't really think about what it means. Today we saw living proof. That child, that life could have been scarred, could have been ruined, but it was saved by the love of the people around it. If our baby learns just that one lesson, well, that'll just about be everything it needs to know.
Don't you just want to have this kid right now?
Well...
I mean, I get so impatient. I mean, I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it's like, if it's like you. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I close my eyes, and I just try to imagine what this little face looks like. And I can never see it. I mean, all I can see is this little white light. And it's beautiful, but it's different.
Is it a boy light or a girl light?
You. You know something? With everything we've had to deal with, I still feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
The days that I couldn't see you, the nights that I spent without you.
Tonight, Tom Brokaw is the first network anchorman to go inside earthquake-ravaged Armenia. He'll bring you a first-hand account of the devastation tonight on NBC Nightly News.